Hi Aries, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to your August 2024 Tarot and Astrology. If you would be interested, you can book a reading with me over on the website rubyreadstarot.com. Before we get into anything, should we have a really yummy, delicious, deep breath in? Okay, Aries, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Let it all go. Aries, fire season. We're in Leo season now, and I feel like this season ignites this passion. It ignites this desire. It ignites this want to do something. There is something within you that's just driven to achieve all of these goals. It's like you're coming back to life. And this time, I feel like you're doing it fearlessly. This fire energy is going to be really, really good in getting you to the places that you want to go. And it's good for your confidence, and it's good for your energy levels, and it's also really good for bringing you back to your authentic fiery state. This is that long burning fire, and that requires a lot of energy. So in this season, make sure you are giving yourself all of the things that bring energy to you. This is eating well, but making sure you're eating enough. This is making sure you're getting enough rest, and this is really basking and enjoying the drama that is well known of this season, Aries. Okay, let's get some messages for Aries. The Aries, okay. Bottom of the deck, that is the 8 of Wands, Cupid's messages of love. That is the 9 of Wands. That is the 2 of Wands. That is the Devil card. That is the Hanged Man. That is the 6 of Wands. That is the Chariot card. And there you are, Aries. The Knight of Wands. Okay, Aries. Let's get into this. You know how lately it's just felt really burdensome. It's really just felt so heavy. It just felt like there was so much going on, and there was so much to carry, and it was all on your shoulders, and you had to do it all alone, and you feel a little bit battered and bruised and exhausted by it. And this is why I was saying, in this season, as the sun comes into a fellow fire sign, you begin to understand that all of these things that you're looking at as burdens really are privileges. Like, these responsibilities that you have are because you get certain things in your life that one would consider to be like beneficial. So I think there is almost like an acknowledgement of where you have allowed yourself to get battered and bruised in terms of allowing negativity towards things that have to be earned in life, things that have to be, you have to put the effort in if you want these certain rewards. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, when I say rewards, these are privileges in life, like a relationship or a family or a car, or something that requires effort on your part. Okay, and you're nearing the end of this cycle where you feel burdened by this, and I feel like as you get to the end of the cycle, you get a lot stronger. And with that, you also begin to acknowledge that regardless of how tired and how beat up and how exhausted you might feel, you've earned these things, and they're in your possession now, and they are yours, and no one can take them away from you. So don't give them up to a way of thinking where you feel burdened by things that are like blessings. There is somewhere here that there may have been an element of discontent and boredom going on in your life, or there may be a feeling of like FOMO, like fear of missing out. And I feel like there's almost this insistence that Aries right now, you got to use this opportunity for planning. And with planning, there has to be the inevitable patience as well. So where is it that like you're very much nearing the end of this burdensome cycle? Shift your perspective. Like, is your perception having been polluted? And I feel like with this Devil card, Capricorn energy, there could be a Capricorn involved that you might consider yourself in a toxic bond with, or someone who, you know, like how the devil literally like lights a fire up your ass and just makes you act out in wild, crazy ways. I feel like there is this opportunity where you might be regretful or resentful about how you may have acted out in regards to a Capricorn, or in regards to certain relationships, where I feel like if you are to just bring your awareness back to how it is that you really want victory in a home situation, it's about you making the effort. It's about you taking the action. It's about you lightening up your own load enough to bear these wands. And I feel like you're worried about repetitive loops, but I feel like you've got to intellectually make a decision about what's important to you and move on, as opposed to creating false stories. Get really clear with what's the truth and what's not the truth, or what the stories that we tell ourselves, when actually you will really benefit from some really clear thinking. This is you taking the action. This is you making the moves. This is you making those, shooting those shots, Aries. And again, we spoke about this last season, and again, it's like, it's not about you being burdened, and it's not about you feeling overwhelmed and that allowing that energy of fear to like literally pollute your mind. Do you see how the bandage is around his brain? Then don't let pressure pollute something that you know that you have to be. Okay, look, bottom of the deck. Patience, something that you have to be patient with. This is a big thing about patience. Spiritual union and suffering in silence. Aries, I feel like there is somewhere, even with this patience card, that you're not taking the action that you know that you're supposed to be taking, because I feel like somewhere you feel really overburdened, and you really feel like there is almost like a barrier that you're creating between you and the world. And it's almost like you know that you're missing out on something, and the only thing it really requires is of you to plan and prepare and actually look at where you may have seen a certain union as being like toxic, when in fact it's actually spiritual, and you're kind of hoping for a victory. And it's almost like you've got to clear your mind first and understand that we're not here to suffer. And if you're approaching relationships with the anticipation of suffering, then that's what you are manifesting. But if you are willing, there's 2 chakra cards here. Throat chakra and base chakra. And so I think it's probably a good idea for you to do some sort of meditations or some healing when it comes to these 2 chakras in particular. But you have victory and success here twice. There is somewhere that you can be quite victorious if you are willing to take the risks, if you're willing to take the action, if you're willing to triumph twice, 3 times now. Victory and success, triumph and winning. Okay, Aries. Let me just say this, Aries. So a lot of us, let me begin with my thinking. Aries is the first in the zodiac. We know for you to be representative of the crown, of the head, and we also know you to apply the pressure. Like, you're the one breaking the wall down, okay? If you feel stuck and if you feel blocked, what does the ram normally tend to do? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, until he's broken the fucking wall down. This place that you're in right now, if this is involving you feeling stuck or overwhelmed, there is somewhere where you need to, I think, drop some of the burdens first and foremost, and see where it is that you perhaps need more organization and less listening to the devil. Because I feel like there are some toxic people around you that might be filling your ear or have been filling your ear where it is perhaps a really good idea for you at this point to focus on what it is that you can do to purify your own thinking process. You're being asked, this is a home card, Cancer season. You're being asked that after the clarity and the understanding about home, who is home, what feels like home, what do you imagine home to be, take the action, Aries. Okay, this is look. We go from here to here. From Aries being overwhelmed, burdened, kind of like hiding, to lessening the load, freeing up some of the space, converting all of that worry and burden into looking into, you know, what needs to be done out there in the world, and then taking the action. Don't listen to the devil and the bullshit that comes with it. You are allowed triumph, victory, and success. But the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. So have patience with these unions. But don't, Aries, suffer in silence. What is all of this suffering about? Why are you're not here to suffer? Aries, you break the wall down. Break the fucking wall down, okay? That's what you do. And we forgive you for it, because we need people like that in the world that are willing to break the wall down. Like, don't literally break someone's wall. All right, what do we have for Aries? This is the Romance Angels Oracle. I think maybe channeling any frustration. Honeymoon, bottom of the deck. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So we have spiritual union already. I'm sweating, it's really hot. Okay. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. So this is someone you know. Engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Some of you are, I think, deciding to get really quite serious in this relationship and tie the knot. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate. So whoever you think I'm talking about, yes, this person is your soulmate. Religious factors, your love life is being influenced by your religious and spiritual path, your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So you might be two different religions. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. I think Aries, drop the burdens, okay? Drop the suffering, drop the martyr syndrome, drop the woe is me, drop everything that resembles victim, drop it, la 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 la. Like, that's not you. That's not who you are. You're not victim. You're not here to suffer in silence. You are the heavily empowered one. Now, instead of allowing yourself to feel the overwhelm, process the things that need processing, and actually pay attention to where it is that you have people in your life that are literally creating fires for you where there doesn't need to be any. Like, don't listen to bad advice. You need to listen to yourself. And when you allow yourself some clarity, Piscean energy, to just hang out in your own, things begin to get really clear. And I have a feeling that in Cancer season, you may have decided to grab the reins and let this rocket go. Take the action. There is victory 3 times in August. But there are relationships that you have to respect as spiritual unions. There is God behind this. Do you know what I mean? You have to respect the union. You have to respect yourself in the union. You have to respect the other person in the union. This is a past life relationship, and you have known each other for eons, okay? There are certain addictions that this realm, this 3D realm, may have programmed you with as a test to see what it is that you're willing to be strong enough to do to rectify it. There is higher levels of commitment. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, such as engagements. And there is the opportunity for a honeymoon period or going away on holiday. But I feel like there's certain clarity and truth and certain messages that you have to speak on about where there have been repetitive loops and where there has been deception and where it is the both of you need to actually move on. So where you're being asked to make an invitation, I feel like it's going to be quite prosperous for you. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of emotional contentment that is coming out of Leo season. Just take the action, okay? Don't be cold and fix the mess, because it leads to a really abundant place. All right, Aries, book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com.